please join me in welcoming Paula Domo.
This is a very great honor. In 1984, my first semester as a young assistant professor at Brown University, I was sitting in my office and there was a knock at the door, and in walked this quiet but assured woman, a young Lynn Nottage, who sat down opposite my desk and said, "I think I want to write a play." And I said, "Well, what do you want to write a play about?" She said, "May I show you something?" And she brought out a photograph that she had found in the archives of a circus troupe, an African circus troupe, traveling through Germany, in Nazi Germany. And I looked at it and I said, wow. And she immediately started asking questions. What happened to them? Did they get out of the country? Were they lost? Did anyone bear witness to their end? And I just looked at her and said, I think you have to write that play. And so I had the honor on $200 of producing my first undergraduate play by Lynn Nottage, a play called Circus People. Since that time, I've tracked her. And forgive the translation, but every time that I see one of Lynn's plays, interestingly enough, through the years, the following lines always pop into my head. Some in light, some in darkness, that's the kind of thing I mean. Those you see are in the light. Those in darkness don't get seen. That's from Three Penny Opera, and I forget what the translation. It's with a great deal of honor, with audacity, humor, compassion, and defamiliarization. Lynn Nottage has been redirecting our gaze to people who have stories and are a vital part of history, but whose lives are often overlooked or discarded in the pages of our history. So we owe her a great debt, and for me, a great debt and a great delight for redirecting our gaze, for letting us see. It's with great pride and pleasure that I present to my now faculty colleague the New York Drama Critics Circle Award, her second for Ruin.
When I asked her, when I was graduating from Brown, what should I do? And she said, apply for Yale and just take a chance. So thank you, Paula. For producing Circus People. And I have to thank all the Drama Critics Circle, a circle that absolutely terrifies me, but thank you. And I've gotten to know some of you sitting, as I described it, in the critics' ghetto when I was a Tony nominator. But this is really a lovely, lovely honor, and I'm going to pull it together so that I won't sort of shed all my mascara. But this play literally began with a trip that I took with Kate Worski, and it was a trip that was a whim, and we went to East Africa, and we had no idea what we were going to find, and what we found, for me, literally was transformative. It changed me as a person, and it changed me as an artist, and it made me want to write much more deeply and more soulfully, and the result was Ruined. But Ruined really, for me, wasn't complete until I read it for the first time with this ensemble, who I think were absolutely astonishing, the cast, and until the designers sort of put it up on stage. And so I have to celebrate all of the cast, most of who are here, because I really don't think that this piece of art would exist without the energy and the passion that they put into this piece. And I think that they honored the complexity of the story that I wanted to tell. I wanted to tell a story about Africa that not only looked at the horror, but looked at some of the beauty and looked at some of the humor, and they got that from the very beginning. And I also, in addition, wanted to thank Manhattan Theater Club for embracing this play, and the Goodman Theater for embracing this play, because I came to them and I said, I have a play about rape in the Congo. And it's a recession going on, and no one's going to want to see it, but I felt like it has to be seen. And so, thank you, Lynn and Barry, and also an audience for understanding in this age of Obama that there exists a world outside of the little narrow universe that we live in, and it's really important for us to recognize and embrace that, because we've become a global society, and the Congo is part of America because of the Colton, and I won't get on my soapbox, but thank you so much for this honor, and I do cherish it.